I know at this point you may want to take time just to think about what you just experienced, what you just witnessed. Um, wow. And you will have a chance to do that. This is also a time for you to begin to get involved, to engage. This is the time of the summit where we're going to let you express yourself among your peers, those of you sitting at the table, and we're going to shift and just have table talks. And you will see that there are topical pieces on the table, and we want you to take a look at those, and we want you to have interaction, dialogue with each other at your respective tables. And in case you're wondering just what you're going to do with that, we have several questions or just several areas that we'd like to see addressed. We want to have your voices heard. This summit planning committee has worked, as I indicated before, over the months. And what we attempt to do is to have as many voices included in the conversation as possible. And as you have come today, we also have the expectation that you will also make contributions to the efforts that we will utilize going forward. And Ubuntu, I mean, I am because we are. And I hope each of you thinks about that when you're going through the dialogue at your respective tables. And what we're wanting you to do is to talk about such things as community intersectionality, to be able to engage. We want you to think about and share personal skills and abilities that you have with each other. And we'd ask you also to document those and include that information on the forms, on the papers that are in front of you, so that we'll collect those and definitely give those attention. And we may, in fact, if you should so choose to provide your information, your contact information, reach out to you at a future time so that, again, your voice can be heard in a different context. So right now, I just want you to take a look at the information on your tables, and you can see there, and I'll just go through the prompts, where you can begin to identify a skill that you have that you could share with others, a skill you would like to grow and develop, a skill I would like to learn. And then again, if you want to be identified, include your name and email, which is optional, and we will collect that information. What we'll do is to give you about 20 minutes to go through this interactive exercise, and at that point, we'll shift, and you'll have a chance to interact with the speakers who presented. Scott and Marty will be available for you to have extended dialogue conversations with them. If there were topics that came up as they spoke that you want to drill just a bit deeper, they're going to be available for you to have that conversation with them. And of course, we have the rest of the sessions this afternoon where you've looked at the program, you know which ones you've chosen to attend, and I encourage you to definitely be present and to have your voices heard at those sessions as well. So we'll begin at this moment just for you to engage in dialogue at your respective tables to answer those questions and provide some information, insight for us. And I'll let you know at about the 3-minute mark when the 20 minutes are up so that we can continue with the program. So at this time, just begin the dialogue, and I'll be back to you shortly. Thank you. Even though there are more of you at some tables than others, we'll still give you about 3 more minutes to wrap up and come back together. So I'll be back to you in about 3 minutes. Thank you.